Hey guys, so for today's question is, what are the Queen of Down Syndrome's hobbies and how did she get into it? And if you guys have any question relating to Down syndrome, parenting, education, you name it, leave it below and I'll do my best to answer your question. So, what are the Queen's hobbies? Well, currently she's into a lot of things. She loves art, she loves music, she loves dancing, she loves ice skating. And I'm kind of going to go into like the top one she does and how she got into it. So, years ago, she was a typical child. Now, the one thing that we noticed right away with like special needs and Down syndrome specifically is that, especially with my sister, she's very happy just sitting there and people watching. And in order to get her into a hobby, it was more like we had to coax her and we had to help her. And her schedule was so busy. Honestly, until this question was posed, we never even thought of what are the options out there. She would go to school, she would come home, she would do therapy, and then she would do homework, of course, supper and shower in between. But that really was what her day was filled with, the basic routine of everyday life. And now that I think about it, it was pretty structured, pretty standard. And then, like everyone else, the pandemic hit and everything stopped, like literally overnight. There was no therapy, there was no school, yay, there was no homework, and we actually had to figure out what we were going to do. So in the beginning, we did nothing. We played a ton of board games, we hung out with family, couldn't hang out with anyone else, and we just figured, what were we going to do? Now fast forward towards, I guess, more or less 12 to 15 months after, and things started to open up. And part of having Down syndrome is having a weakened immune system, and we chose not to put her in therapy. We chose not to go back to school, and we eventually went back, but we chose kind of to keep it low key. And then a lot of the places opened, and the therapy center that the Queen of Down syndrome was attending was not open. And we're like, one second, there are tons of places opening up, we can't go to therapy, let's figure out something different. And actually, that is how it changed. The first thing we came across was ice skating, and she did a group lesson once a week. This was before Corona. It was just Sundays, just fun. And she learned a little, but it wasn't like, structured learning. And we're like, one second, she needs PT. Let's do one-on-one ice skating lessons. And we're like, okay, let's not stop there. Where could we find OT? There was no OTs around. There still is a shortage, just FYI, guys. And we're like, so what could we do OT? And we're like, you know what? Let's try. Believe it or not, we did a double trial lesson of piano and violin. She fell in love with violin. We're like, okay, so we got OT covered. We're doing violin. And now we're like, speech. Well, what else is speech except singing and vocal lessons? And to this day, she loves is an understatement, doing her ice skating. She loves doing her violin, and she loves doing her vocal lessons, and these actually became her hobby. She does have a bunch of smaller hobbies, which includes, let's say, Lego, and includes arts and crafts. Right now she's getting into gemstones and stuff, but it takes us, the adults, to kind of coax her, to kind of encourage her to do it. And these hobbies are actually something, it's routine, it's part of her weekly schedule, and she enjoys it. So if there's anything else you want to know, like I said, about Down syndrome, about the Queen of Down syndrome specifically, about education, inclusion, you name it, leave a comment below. We want to hear from you. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Don't forget to like and share this video so we can keep creating content for you guys.